Hi, I'm CJ Wells, property manager here in the Denver metro area. So this is what Housing Wire has to say, and this comes from the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller National Home Price Index, and it covers 9 U.S. Census divisions. So what they say is if home prices, and this comes from a March 8th, 2021 report, is if home prices continue to increase at rates 3 to 4 times the rate of income growth, it will slow the purchase market of homes, especially for price-sensitive first-time buyers, and this comes from the Mortgage Bankers Association. And that statement is probably very, very true. Here in the Denver metro market, as of early April 2021, indeed, home prices continue to skyrocket, and first-time home buyers, well, many of them are forced to rent from us, investor landlords, and as a property manager, I'm there to take care of them until things change in the market. Hopefully, we love to have our tenants long-term, but we know that life changes and people like to grow their lives. Further here is we're talking about the mortgage rates because, you know, the Treasury on January 14th of 2021 stated that Fannie and Freddie may not purchase more than 7% of a lender's investment portfolio. So this is going to impact you, landlords and investors, in purchasing additional multifamilies. So with the rates expected to stay low, an early warning sign would be a sustained drop in purchase prices. However, the recent rise in the 10-year Treasury yield is putting upward pressure on mortgage rates. And this is stated by a Fannie Mae chief economist. Some lenders commented, and these lenders are the ones who issue the loans and that Fannie and Freddie Mae purchase. Some lenders commented that for now, they are willing to absorb some of these costs to maintain volume. However, in the longer term, continued upward pressure on interest rates could dampen home sales and mortgage originations as lenders raise mortgage rates. And that's probably going to be happening to us. The rates for investors coming into April 2021 and May, will probably really be feeling it since those rates probably will be coming up for investors. And that means the rates will also be going up a bit because home prices are going up, and people who want to buy those single family homes, they won't be able to purchase a home and they will remain renters or they'll become new renters. Before I go any deeper, let me tell you a bit about who I am since I'm carrying on here. My name is CJ Wells. I'm a property manager here in the Denver metro area. And I'm a realtor at Valesco Real Estate. And I manage, protect, and care for your property investment as much as you do. And here's the website of my real estate company, Valesco Real Estate, here in Denver, Colorado. So I wanted to give you that intro blurb about interest rates and home prices. Interest rates going up for investors, home prices going up for first-time home buyers, and that will impact us property managers as we welcome in new tenants as renters to our properties. Let me read more for you, and some of you may know this, but as small investors, when I say small, it's not the nationwide multinational multifamily investors, but here's an interesting article just to remind us of what really happens to that $1 of rent and how it's distributed across the community. And this article was posted March 29th of 2021 from Multifamily Executive Magazine. So with housing prices going up and rates going up, what about the $1 of rent we obtain from our renters each month? Is $1 of rent means for a local economy? It's very interesting, just as a reminder. About 70% of the multifamily investors across the country, 70% of that is usually what we call mom and pop. That is the small investors. So there is a new initiative backed by the Institute of Real Estate Management and several others, including NARPM, that is the National Association of Residential Property Managers, of which I am a member. And it provides operators and property owners with the latest information about guidelines, legislation, and it includes resources for renters dealing with issues related to the lockdown. The pandemic lockdown. According to Rent Cafe, now this is the largest part of every dollar of rent, that is 90 cents goes to keeping the property and the property taxes. And then 10% goes to the landlords, investors. So how is that 90 cents, which is most of that rent, how is that divvied out? Well, most of that 90 cents goes to the lender. That's 38 cents, almost 40 cents, which is the top end of how individuals are taxed. W-2 workers are taxed. So it's interesting that almost the same percentage goes to a mortgage lender to pay the that mortgage each month. So it's 38% of the 90 cents. And this is, of course, if you're a property owner and landlord, you know that's a very critical number for you as a small owner, as 79% of you carry a mortgage and many operate on thin margins. And as a property manager, I realize that, I understand that since I'm an investor myself, and managing those expenses is very, very critical. And that's what I keep my eye on, and I do well. So rent is reinvested back into the community in the form of taxes, 14 cents, worker salaries, 10 cents, maintenance, 16 cents, and capital improvements, 12 cents, which supports essential services as well as small businesses and other sectors of the economy. So when you see how thin this margin is, if additional regulations are heaped upon us, regulations or even mandates or decrees, which are not law or even statutory, that margin becomes so thin as to be almost non-existent. So that's where we really have to keep our eyes on decrees and maybe unlawful mandates that further erode the tiny profit we have to work with in the first place. So Rent Cafe report zooms in further to show what it means in regards to rent stimulus assistance enacted, with the American Rescue Plan providing over 21 billion in emergency rental assistance and 25 billion through the December omnibus package, show that this funding will help housing providers cover at least a part of the 23 billion in accrued mortgage payments, as well as contribute 14 billion to local communities in the form of taxes and wages. And there's more. So with approximately more than 10 million renters in debt as of January of 2021, the back rent has reached an estimated 57 million estimated from the Urban Institute and Moody's. The emergency funds will help keep renters in their homes, keep smaller landlords afloat, and contribute to the local economy. So the earlier videos, I pointed out how landlords, investors, the National Association of Residential Property Managers, of which I'm a member of, how we've gotten together across the country with lawsuits to prevent any further eviction moratoriums and probably other mandates or decrees that might further impact our small 10 cent of every $1 profit margin in managing our properties and providing clean, safe housing for our tenants. So that's why I urge and want to keep you aware of the legal cases that are in flight across this country against unlawful government intrusion into our investment business models.